Okay, guys, I see many of you have joined already. Can someone please confirm if I'm audible and if my screen is visible to you guys?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's get started. Before we go to the portal, do you guys have any questions, any doubt? Okay, I'll take that as a no.
As of now,
Yeah, sorry, someone was asking something. Okay, got it. As of now, no questions. Got it. Fine, guys. So let's get started. We'll start creating a machine. But before that, guys, in your interview also, or when I'm also asking questions or giving you questions, we are all talking about default state. So if I put a question to you that can a private IP communicate with public IP, we know that through router they can. But if I'm asking a question like this, then it's implied that I'm talking about the default nature. So if I say that can a public IP communicate with public IP, of course we can disable that communication, or we can, uh, put a stop on that communication. Like we discussed that I do not want any one of you to use YouTube. I can achieve that using firewall or something. But if I'm asking this question, or if your interviewer is asking that question, it is implied that they are talking about the default nature. So do not get into that, or do not get into the argument mode with your interviewer. No, no, this can be achieved doing this, doing that. He simply meant here, she simply meant the default nature. So if I am asking you a question now, that can a public IP communicate with a private IP, a simple answer is no. If I'm asking further, then maybe you can add, or maybe you can add in the same answer but start with no, start with the default condition. No, by default they cannot talk, but if we want, or if the business requirement is there, we can use router, we can do natting, and then they can talk to each other. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
And similar thing applies to Azure concepts also. Now we are going to learn some concepts in Azure. uh, VNet, which is virtual network, subnet, which is a subnetwork, and we will have similar conditions here also. But whenever a question is asked, that is on their default nature. So let's get started. First thing, a virtual network. What is a virtual network? Like we have a virtual machine, we have a virtual network. Virtual network is also a resource. Like whatever networking concepts were discussed, it was all for on premises, but many of them will be applied here on network also, on Azure network also. So we can create a virtual network separately here, a dedicated virtual network, and then apply it to a virtual machine. This is one method. And the another method is, while creating your virtual machine, you can create your virtual network. So first we are going to see while creating a virtual machine, because you have seen that screen, it will be easier for you to grasp. Later we will create a virtual network uh, in isolation, and then apply it, or then create a virtual machine in that one. Okay, so if I create a virtual machine, and without a virtual network, creating a virtual machine or any resource, it's not possible, guys. So I'm going to virtual machine. We are not discussing this page now. We have already uh, discussed this. A good amount of time we have already spent on this, so we are not doing that. Any region is fine. As of now, we are not discussing region, etc. This I told you to always take standard. uh, Few practicals I'm gonna show you on Windows. Later I will switch to Linux, because in Windows we have some extra steps. But if you're not familiar with Linux, stick to Windows, because Linux or Windows, we are not learning any operating system here. Okay, so stick to whatever is easy. I think Windows is easy. It has GUI. Linux will only give you a black and white screen. Unless you know the command, you will be stuck. So use Windows. But when you go to production environment, you don't have to worry whether it's Linux or Windows. You just have to select it. Later on, their operating system team will deal with it. Whatever settings they have to change on operating system level. But here we have to do it. So stick to the easier one. Your focus should be on the portal. We'll come to this one also. But as of now, I'm still checking all this. Disk, we are not discussing. We are done with it. Networking, this is the section, or this is the pattern we are talking about. This is the segment we are talking about. So look at this, guys. What I can do, either I can use one of the virtual networks which is already created by clicking here and selecting one, but I do not see any because I do not have any virtual network in my subscription as of now. So I do not see any. What does it say? You can create a new one. You can create a new one. The moment you click next, it is being created automatically. But today we are going to understand this, the virtual network and subnet and etc. We are going to understand that. So this virtual network I can create from here, or I can create from this page also. I can do it from here or there. I can create it from here and then just select from here, or I can create a new from here. If I want to just take default whatever Azure is giving, though it's a new one, but whatever Azure is creating, I just have to click next and it will create one. That is what we have been doing till now. But now I want to understand it well. So let's click on create. And then you can give a name to your virtual network, whatever name you want to give. And here it is, guys. Now we are talking about the things which we discussed over there. Look at this. Which class of IP address is this, guys?
Pre-class. Sorry,
Classless.
classless. Yes, classless.
First thing, it is classless. And even if you wanted to, okay, now which class?
Class
Is it
A.
C? Yeah, so in both manner, your answer was wrong. Whoever answered that, it's neither C. First thing, it was classless. Even if you wanted to go with class, it wasn't class C, it is class A. But the moment I put some CIDR here, this is classless IP address. Now, in this one, let's say your architect team is dealing with this, and they have got a condition that maximum 2000 IPs they're gonna utilize, they're gonna use, considering the forecasting of 5 years. 5 or 2000 IPs they're gonna need, including user, printer, etc., everything. So do you think it's a good idea to use this one?
There are many IPs.
Yes,
How many
sir.
IPs?
There are 65,000 approximately.
Yeah, so technically it is right. It's okay. You can use it. But is it a wise idea from business point of view? Definitely not. I want 2000. Why am I wasting 65,000? So it's impossible to get exactly 2000. Okay, it will never happen. We'll see that now when I start changing numbers, you guys will see it. But you will never take lesser. If they want 2000, you will never go ahead with 19. Even if you get 1999, you will not get that. Though you are not going to get that number 1999. That number is not there. But even if you get that, you are not going to take that. You're going to take the next number. Even if 50, 100 IPs are extra, it's okay. But you will always take a bigger number. But how much bigger? Is this fine? 65,000? Definitely not. So let's go ahead and change this. And I told you that this can be maximum, this can be 32. And the bigger the number you put, lesser the IPs which you will get. 32 won't even work, by the way. How many IPs am I getting if I put 32?
1.
Yes, my requirement is 2000. Not useful, definitely. 31, 2 IP address, not useful. 30, 4 IP addresses, not useful. 29, 8 IP addresses, not useful. I mean, once you start doing this, you don't have to go one by one. You will get an idea. And I told you it's not even your job profile. I'm just doing it so you understand. Plus, you get IP calculators also. And you just have to put the number and it will give you CIDR block, etc. Everything you will get. You just have to tell that calculator, you will get many of them. This is just one of the example. You just have to tell them that how many IPs are you looking for, and it will give you detailed calculation and which subnet mask should you be using, etc. But we will stick to this one. This is good to learn. It gives you number immediately. So we try till 28. 27, how many am I getting? 32, not requirement. So let's skip numbers now. 25, no, it's not working. Let's say 20. 20 is giving me 4,000. Do you think we should try 21 also? Let's try. 21 is giving me 2048. Let's try 22. So which number is suitable for me? 22 definitely not working. And
21.
21 it's suitable.
21.
And 20 it's giving me too much. Now here it's your call. कि forecasting कितना अच्छा हुआ है. You want to be secure. Because 48 it's merely a small number. थोड़ा भी forecasting 10% भी यहाँ वहाँ हो गया, then you will be stuck. Then you will not be able to create your new application in the same network. And breaking the network and creating it again, it's a huge task. So then again, this is a business decision, and your architect team will do it. You don't have to worry about it. They will discuss it with business owner, app team, and plus the biggest thing is you are not paying anything for private IPs. So no matter whether you take this or you take this, you're not paying it for any private IPs. So you can say, okay, let's go ahead with this. Fine. This is your virtual network you're deciding, virtual network address space you're deciding. Now under virtual network also we have subnets. I don't want all of my machine in one virtual network. You have to have one subnet. Look at this one also. What does it say? Subnet is required. You cannot have direct resource, even if a virtual machine or anything, directly on virtual network. So the hierarchy goes virtual network and then a subnetwork. Even if it is one, it's okay. See, if you don't do anything, it gives you one default subnet. So your VNet is your virtual network, your subnet is your subnetwork. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Why do we have subnet? Maybe I want to put more granular level of access here, more strictness on this one, that which machine should talk to which machine, internal communication. Maybe that is the reason I want more access on Azure. When I come to Azure, then Azure has subnet. So here I can go ahead with subnet. I can name it whatever I want. Now understand, guys, one thing. In my subnet, again, subnet will also ask the range. Do you think I can have more than 4096 IPs in my subnet? Does it make sense to you? If I tell you that my virtual network has 4096 IPs, but I want 5000 IPs in my subnet.
No, not
What is the
possible.
subnet? What is the full form of subnet? It's subnetwork. I hope you understand. The moment I say something, it's sub, which means it is a part of it. So can something which is a part of something can be bigger than the original item? If I'm telling you that my whole house is of 500 square feet, that is the area of my whole house, and then I tell you my one room is of 1000 square feet, does it make any sense? Is it possible?
No.
No.
Right? In similar manner, your subnet will always be smaller than your actual network because it is a part of your network. It is a subnetwork of your virtual network. This is your virtual network, and this is going to be your subnetwork. Now you can use the whole IP range here and just have one subnet. You can do that. Or you can again break this network also. That virtual network को भी मुझको दो तीन में बनाना है. So if I take 20, there I have taken 20, right? Do you think I can take 19 here?
No, you can't take it.
Guys, I am not
No.
expecting you to remember कि 19 डालने से IP addresses बढ़ रहे हैं या कम हो रहे हैं. It's okay. Though it's very simple calculation. Smaller the number is, higher the IP numbers you get. Smaller the CIDR number is, maximum IP numbers you get. But even if you don't remember, it's okay. You simply get your answer here. By the way, it won't even allow you to do that. It's not possible, technically possible in it won't even allow you to do that. But I want to understand, I want to check your understanding. And I'm not expecting you to remember these numbers. But it's easy if you remember, it's well and good. If not, you can simply read it from here. So my range is 4096 IP. Out of that, can I take 8192?
No, it should be less than
So
4,000.
this number
And-
will always be, I mean, in this case, if this is the case, it has to be bigger than 20 or at least 20. If I use 20 here, I will have only one subnet. Okay, and all IPs I'm using here. But if I want to break it, so what can I do? I can use the number here from 20 to maximum number. What will be the maximum number, guys?
32.
32. Why 32?
32 bit
Yes, this
IP
you will
address.
understand if you watch those videos. So let's say that I'm taking 21. So how many IPs am I using here?
2048.
Great. I'm still left with some IPs over there. We'll come and check that again. Okay, and now I will create the machine. I hope you guys understood this, right? Any doubt here, guys?
In this case, we can add more subnets
Of course
also.
you can. Yes. Let's see. Let subnet 2. Same range. But I'm not able to use it. Why?
It's already allocated to subnet 1.
What is
So the
allocated?
IP address
Number of
will
IPs?
change. Yes.
That subnet address prefix overlaps.
Yes. Yes. See, it clearly says. When I said that I'm going to use 2048 IPs, so it is going till here 10.0.7.255. So I cannot have the same IP again in the another subnet. So what do I have to do here? What should be this
It
number?
will be 10.0.8.0.
Got it, guys? This is the reason we did this practice, which I asked you to do on the notepad. This practice. This is the reason we did this practice. Is it clear? Did you guys understand? That from where did I get this number 8?
Yes.
What about others, guys? Other than
Yes.
Uzef, Mudassar, other than you guys. Anisa, did you understand from where did I get, how did I decide this number 8?
That range, no? Right. Hello?
Yes.
We have that range, we have taken it.
No, but why 8? Why can't I take 7 or why only 8? From where did I know that I have to take this as 8? Nazneen, are you getting it? Aksa, Arman, anyone would like to try? Why did I take this as an 8?
So in my here in first subnet, the last range is ending at 10.0.7.225. So that's the reason you have taken here as 10.0.8.0.
Good, but there's a small mistake. It's not 225. If it was 225, then I would have taken what I would have taken here, guys. If it was 225 over there, then if the last number was 225, then what will be this IP here? It's 255 though. But let's say if it was 225, then what will be the IP address here, which will start my next subnet? Yes, guys.
Dot 226.
10.0. Tell me the full IP address. What is next? What will I have here?
10.0.7.226.
2?
26.
Is it correct, guys? Did you understand that if I had 225 here, I will still utilize ये 255 में से 225 निकाल दे तो कुछ IPs यहाँ पर बचे हैं. Why would I waste them? right? But because here it is 255, which means it has been utilized already. Hence, I'm using 8 here. Okay, and if I use 21 as a CIDR range, then again I'm using 2048 IPs. Will I be able to make third subnet here? What do you think?
No,
Why not?
No IP address left.
Perfect.
there is a specific mention 4096 address are available.
Perfect.
And
So
you
let's
utilize
say
over.
now, because my requirement is that I want 3 subnets. It doesn't matter that how many IPs you give me 4 subnets. That is what I have asked for. So let's say what we will do, we will decrease it. Now look at this. I am using only 512 address here. So what will be the next IP address here, guys? From which IP address my subnet 3 will start?
10.0.9.0.
10.0.9.0. And let's say that I want to use again 512 IPs. What should be my CIDR?
Twenty-three.
23. It's simple because we already have it here. 9.0. Is it? Should it be 9?
Sir, we can't. So no, sir. It will be 10.
10. Yes.
Start from 10.
And then I want one more subnet. Let's say.
Sir, you have said the last 255. Afterwards, you have taken 256. It's possible?
No, it ends with 255. We saw that, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused for that one.
Well, definitely the IP address ends at 255. You'll never see an IP address with 256. Be it any IP address, anything, you will never see a 256 IP. IPv4 I'm talking about. Okay, so this one will, and this will start with 10.0.12, right? And here if I use, am I utilizing all of my IPs or I'm still pending with some?
Still pending.
Pending. So let's say, let's try to utilize more. Now I'm utilizing good one, but I think we are still missing on something. Let's see, 21. Now this is going over ahead. This is more than 4096. So I'll have to settle with this. This will happen sometimes. Your IPs will get wasted. I think in this one, it's not getting wasted. We have utilized completely 2048, 512, 512. It total comes to 1024, 1024. I think this is complete 4096, but sometimes you will see your IPs will get wasted, so you don't have to worry about it. Plus, you don't even have to do all this calculation. You will have what VNet you are using, what subnet are you using, what is the CIDR range, everything you will have. I mean, you will have a picture like this, not a picture, but normally you get an Excel file, or sometimes they use it on Snow or IP addressing file. It's an Excel file, something, but you will get all these details. You don't have to worry about it. But now I want you to understand it at least. Got it? So now I'm creating this. Now I have one virtual network and 4 subnets. So what am I doing? I'm creating a machine named UT-Kloud VM, which is on UT-Kloud VNET and UT-Kloud subnet 1. This is the virtual machine I'm creating. I'm creating it in subnet 1. Remember it, guys. Yeah, while this is being created, let me create one more machine. So we'll do one practical here. In the same VNet, same different subnet we're going to use. Okay, so this is our VM1, which is being deployed in UT-Kloud VNet subnet 1. I'm deploying a machine, and here you will understand how to use an existing virtual network. So this is it. Resource group, it's okay. I can take any. To share VNet, you don't have to be in same resource group. Where did I create my first machine? Anyone remember?
Test
Test
RG.
So to show it to you now, I'm going to create it in some different resource group. Here, I'll name it as UT-Kloud VM002. There is one condition though. Where is my machine being created? Which region did I select? Anyone remember?
East US.
East US, right? So if I create a machine in any region other than East US, even if it is East US 2, let's see if you get that virtual network, the one which we already have. Let's see if you get that virtual network. I'm going to use Ubuntu because settings, I will show it to you on one server. Whenever you practice, use both Windows machine and do the same settings on both machines. This we are going to learn. Why are we doing this? What does it mean? So if I come to network, is it giving me the option to use my VNet, or is it giving me a new VNet? What do you see?
New unit.
It's a new VNet.
So why is it happening, guys?
Changing
Is it
region.
because is it because we are in different resource groups?
This is because of a region, I think.
Yes, because we are in different regions. So I'll go back. I will select East US. Sometimes it works, sometimes I'll have to refresh the whole page. But it's okay, we had to see. Okay, do you see?
It's giving you test RG.
Look at this. I'm creating a machine in different resource group, but I can use the virtual network which is in different resource group as far as I have access. Okay, if you don't have access, then you will not be able to do that. You won't even see it. I am able to see it and I am able to utilize it. Why? Because I have owner access on subscription level. If you guys do not have access on someone else's resource group, you won't even see that there is some VNet. And if you have only reader access, you will be able to see. But if you select, you will get an error. I hope that part is clear, right? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Did you understand? What did I just say?
Yes. Understood.
Okay. So now if I select this, and how many subnets should I see here? How many did we create?
4.
4. Where is our first machine?
First
Subnet one.
subnet.
First one. So we are creating second machine in second subnet. Rest everything will keep same. And let's create the machine. While this machine is being created, guys, few more things which you can make a note of or remember however you like it. Machines within a subnet can talk to each other. Now I have subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, subnet 4, right? So if there are two machines in subnet 1, they can talk to each other. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Did you make a note of it or remember it, whatever, however you like it? Machines in same subnet can talk to each other. So if I have two machines in subnet 1, they can talk to each other. Machines in different subnets, they can also talk to each other. If I have two machines in same VNet, different subnets, the one which we are looking at, like we have here, one machine is in subnet 1, the other machine we are deploying in subnet 2. These machines can talk to each other. Clear, guys? Till here, is it clear? Both of these statements, is it clear to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Machines in same subnet, they can talk to each other. Machines in different subnets in the same network. I'm not talking about VNet 1 ka ek subnet and VNet 2 ka ek different subnet. That's not the case. VNet 1 ka subnet 1 and subnet 2. If you have machines in different subnets, they can still talk to each other. Is it clear, these two statements?
Yes.
Yes.
Machines and when I say machine, I'm just saying machine, it applies to all resources. When I say machine, doesn't mean that machine can talk to each other and storage cannot, or storage can and machine cannot. I'm just because we mostly deal with machines, hence I'm saying machine, but it applies to all the resources. It is implied that I'm talking about all the resources. So machine in different VNets, they cannot talk to each other by default. Let's say that I have one VNet now. If I create another VNet and if I create another machine in that, those machines will not be able to talk to each other. What am I saying here is these machines can talk to each other if they are in same subnet. These machines can also talk to each other if they are in different subnet. Let's say this is another subnet. These machines can also talk to each other. They can talk, okay? They can talk to each other. But the machines which are in different virtual networks, look at this. This is my UT-Kloud VNet and this is my Tsoft VNet. These machines cannot talk to each other. By default nature we are talking about. If there's a business need, how to achieve that, we are going to do that. That's all we are going to learn in Azure networking. Are these three statements clear to you? Machines in same subnet can talk to each other. Machines in different subnets within same VNet can talk to each other. Machines in different VNets cannot talk to each other. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Anyone has any doubt in this or question? So now let's see what we will do. We are going to do, and when we say talk and when we want to check the connectivity, a simple command is enough, which is ping command. You just ping the machine which each other, and they will be able to, if they are replying, which means that they are talking to each other. But is it a good practical if I ping them with each other's public IP? Does it matter? I mean, whatever I said right now, that with different VNet, they cannot talk to each other. Will it imply when I talk about public IP? No, public IP works on internet. They will directly communicate with each other. What I'm referring to, it's private IP, guys. Understand one thing, public IP, it is just being used in our training sessions. You will never see in real life. And we are doing it just so we can take the remote and work on those machines. That is the only purpose we are using public IP, nothing else. So when I say that I want to check whether this machine and this machine, if they're talking to each other, what I mean here, it's whether they're private IP talking to each other. So whatever I told you now, by that logic, should these machines talk to each other or not? Where did we deploy these two machines, guys?
In same minute,
Same VNet. Subnets, are they same or different?
different.
So
Different.
should these machines
They
talk
should
to
talk.
each other?
Yes.
They should. So let's check. First thing,
Yes.
I will check the IP address of my machine. The command is ipconfig, or you can check on the portal also. Here it is. I will check the IP address here. Don't focus on the Linux part. If you don't understand, it's okay. You just imagine that you are dealing on both Windows machine. Someone who is familiar with Linux, feel free to do both on Linux. I'm happy with that also. But Linux use very less resources and it's easy, so I do it. Now, if I check the IP address of this machine, it's 10.0.0.4, and of this machine, either I can run command if config on that one Linux machine. On Windows machine, it is IP config. You focus on Windows machine. So IP config, or you go here. What is the IP address of this machine, guys? Linux machine. Here it is on the portal. What is the IP address?
10.0.8.4.
So let's ping.
8.4.
Ping 10.0.8.4 and I hit enter. I'm getting a reply. What does it mean? They're communicating with each other. If they're not communicating, this is the kind of reply you get. 10.0.0.10. I don't think so we have any resource like that. So look at this. This is the kind of reply you get. Destination host unreachable, or maybe it's not applicable or anything, but you do not get reply from it. Look at this. It sent 4 packets. Okay. 0% loss. I'm not sure why is it showing 0. It shows 100% loss. Here it is replying, which means your communication is happening with this machine. And now if I check from this machine, if I ping, what is the IP address of our Windows machine?
10.0.
0.4.
0.4.
4. It is not pinging. Does it mean there's some issue? By the way, this machine is pinging this machine and this is not pinging this machine. Do you think there is some issue at portal level or at OS level? What do you think?
Portal level.
OS level.
If it was on portal level, no machine should ping each other. It is simply at OS level. What is the issue? What is the issue? Normally Windows का firewall जो है ना, Windows operating system, their firewall is open, which blocks the incoming data. And to turn off the firewall, I'll share a command with you guys. You can use that command, or you can go and do that manually. Turn off all firewalls and then run this command again. This is the command. I'll share it with you if you want. Now I have turned off all firewall and look at this. Started pinging. Can you see? When we are using Linux and Linux, you don't even have to worry about firewall. If you use 2 Linux machine, people who are coming from Linux background, try it on Linux, both Linux. You won't have to worry about firewall. People who are trying it on Windows machine, make sure you use this command and turn off the firewall on both the machines. Otherwise, no one will ping each other. You can do it using that command, or you can do it from here also. I told you that everything which you do using GUI can be done using command line. So you can turn off the firewall from here, Windows firewall, go here and turn off all the firewalls. Turn off firewalls and then your machine should ping each other. Less than 30 seconds are pending, guys. I will share one task for today. Just create a machines, ping each other and send the screenshot of that pinging. That these machines are pinging each other. Send that screenshot. That should be enough. I'll send the commands also, don't worry. And we are going to continue this tomorrow. So if you have any doubts, any repetition, we'll do that tomorrow. I'll stop the session, upload the recording, and I'll share some task with you guys. Please try to finish it today if possible.
Okay, sir.
See you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.